Welcome to Kat's Kitchen and welcome to episode 4 of my Dutch Bros Like Kat series. In this series, I'm recreating all of the Dutch Bros drink menu items so you can learn how to make all of your favorite Dutch Bros drinks at home and save your money. Throughout this series, we'll be doing all sorts of different drinks, lemonades, teas, energy drinks. Dutch Bros calls them rebels, lattes, brevets, all the things. So hopefully you learn a thing or two about at-home coffee throughout this series, and or hopefully you get some inspiration for some flavor combos to try that maybe you hadn't ever thought of combining or making before. Today we're doing 2 recipes. These are newer Dutch Bros drinks. We're gonna do a hot salted caramel protein latte, and then an iced salted caramel protein mocha. We're gonna start with the hot latte. Some things you need: Torani sugar-free salted caramel syrup. Yes, you can absolutely use the regular sugar version of this if you want. I'm using the sugar-free version today just to keep it a little bit lower sugar. And then I'm using the Fairlife milk. This is just fat-free, unfiltered milk. This has 13 grams of protein per cup. So this drink is gonna have 13 grams of protein. And then you also need Torani Caramel Sauce to drizzle on top, and then some espresso. Doesn't matter how you make your espresso. I'm gonna show this hot coffee version using my Breville Barista Express espresso machine. If you don't have this machine, that is perfectly okay. You can make espresso using a Nespresso machine. You can use instant espresso powder, a mocha pot. There are other options that you can use. I'm just gonna show you this recipe with the machine, and then I'm gonna do the iced mocha without a machine to show you, 2 ways to make coffee at home. The beans I'm using are the pressed coffee Twitch espresso beans. I love these. These are like my second overall favorite beans, first being the Latte Wahine espresso, but these are just more accessible for me because there's pressed coffee locations here in Arizona. So I'm able to go to the pressed coffee shop and buy the beans, and they also sell them at Sprouts grocery stores. So super convenient for me versus Latte, I have to order those online. I do have the pressed coffee right now. That's what we're gonna use today. So first things first, we need to make espresso. Let's turn on the Breville. The first thing I always do is weigh out my beans. So again, using the pressed coffee Twitch espresso. And I have my little kitchen scale here, and I'm gonna do 18 grams of beans. If it's over, just take them out until you get to 18. Add the beans into the hopper so we can grind them. And then this is the portafilter I'm using. It's a bottomless one. You don't need to get one of these. This is just more like aesthetically pleasing, and also helps you, I need to clean it. It also helps you see like any imperfections in your extractions. Not necessary. This does not come with the Breville. The Breville has a different one that has like the 2 little spouts on the bottom. I used that for years and it was perfectly fine. You don't need to get this one. It's just aesthetic. This I do very much recommend. This is a dosing funnel. It goes on top of your portafilter so you can grind the beans inside, and then you'll see we're gonna stir the espresso. And this dosing funnel just gives height to the portafilter so we can stir and no grounds will come out. Okay, so we're gonna lock this in and then grind. So you hear it like do the screeching noise. I do always just in case there's anything left in there. Right, now that beans are ground, take this out. I'm using my espresso stirrer, okay? Looks like this. This is also called a WDT tool. This is not the most expensive one you can get. You can definitely get more pricey ones. This is the one I have. I will link all the tools in the description if you want. Put this here, and then we stir the espresso. Like literally just stir it. Stir. And see how the espresso is already coming up on the dosing funnel. If I didn't have the dosing funnel on here, the grounds would be all over this table, which is why I put the dosing funnel on there. The point of stirring the espresso is to break up any clumps that happen while we were grinding the beans, and to just kind of start the even distribution. You want the grounds to be evenly distributed in this portafilter or in the basket. If they're not, then you're gonna get an extraction with espresso like shooting out the sides, and it can just overall affect the taste of your espresso. It could affect the extraction. So you want to break up all the clumps by stirring and just kind of distributing the grounds evenly here in this portafilter or in the basket. Remove the funnel, and then I bring in this bad boy. This is a distributor and tamper. This cross side I place on top and then rotate to distribute the grounds evenly. Pick it up, flip it over to the flat side, push down and rotate. This is the tamper. The Breville does come with a tamper. The Breville comes with this one. This, I had so many issues with it being uneven, so we bought the other one I just used. Okay, so it should look like this, clean, flat tamp, and then you lock this in. Okay, and then I weigh the cup, tear it out, and then place it under. And then we time this. Push these buttons at the same time. Your start button on your clock at the same time that you push the double shot button, because we want a double shot of espresso. Same time. Special shot looks like this, beautiful crema, and then we weigh it. Ooh, we were looking for 36. We're at 36.9, which is great. I have been manually stopping this at, this was, what, 27 seconds is when I stopped it. 27 seconds has been giving me right around 36 grams. It's just been real temperamental lately when we program it, so I've just been manually stopping. No biggie. Espresso is made. I'm going to set that aside and then add 1 cup of milk to this jug so we can steam the milk. Not going to sit here and lie to you and say I'm a milk steaming queen, because I'm not. I have a very basic understanding of steaming milk. So I might do like a voiceover and kind of talk through it because it's going to be loud. But let me take this out. I wanted to show you that. See, it's been like a minute since I extracted the espresso, and it's not like a watery puck on top. It is wet because water was just pushed through it, but it's not like super soupy and watery. This is what your puck should look like post extraction. Okay, I let it sit for like a minute. There's a little bit of liquid on top, totally normal, but you don't want it to be soupy. You don't want to be like this and it's spilling out like dirt, like wet dirt. No, okay? This is a good puck. And then when you knock it into the trash, it should come out as one, not like, again, soupy clumps. So I have a damp rag and we're gonna turn this little button on. All right, here in the corner, we want it to be steaming. Turn that on and then wait until it steams. It'll start doing the glunk, 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 and then steam will start shooting out of this. That's what we want. Hear the glunk, glunk, glunk. Okay. Once it's steaming, we turn it off, back to standby. Put in our jug. We steam until it gets too hot to touch. You want to see it circling like that. It's getting warm. We need it to be hot. Once it's too hot for your hand, I take away my hand and I count to 5. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Keep the steam one in the milk, turn it off. Then remove, wipe with the wet rag. I don't think it was wet enough, crap. And then purge. And then wipe again. Okay. Tap to remove air bubbles. And swirl. You want it to be real nice and glossy. Glossy milk. All right, so we have all of our components for this first recipe. Espresso, steamed milk. Then I have my Torani caramel sauce and Torani sugar-free salted caramel syrup. You can add the syrup to the milk and then steam it that way. Some people prefer that. I do prefer adding the syrup separately, but 100% your preference. You can steam it together if you want. I do syrup and then espresso and then the steamed milk on top. I am also not good at latte art. That is something I 100% would love to learn. But I have my steamed milk. And then Torani Caramel Sauce on top. Bada bing, bada boom. And there we have the hot salted caramel protein latte. Give it a sip. Wow, that's delicious. Yummy. You can absolutely use a milk that's higher in protein. I don't love the vanilla protein milks. I feel like they just always taste blech to me. So I don't like using it. So I'm using just a regular milk that's a little bit higher in protein. The Fairlife one is 13 grams. 13 is decent for a coffee. So this is the hot version. Let's dive into the iced version. Let me get the ingredients real quickly. And we'll make the iced version without an espresso machine, okay? Okie doke. And for the iced mocha version, you need a protein chocolate milk. You could also do protein milk or higher protein milk with a chocolate syrup or a chocolate sauce. This one doesn't have any extra added sugars and it's 30 grams of protein. So great option if you want a mocha vibe with no sugar and high protein. Love the Shamrock Rockin' Protein Builder. So we have this Torani Caramel Sauce again, Torani sugar-free salted caramel syrup, and then I have instant espresso with water. So because we're using no machine to make this drink, I'm using instant espresso. I love instant espresso. It's an affordable, cheap, easy, convenient option for making espresso at home. I like the Nescafe Gold instant espresso. I also like the Cafe Bustelo instant espresso. Both are great options. This is just 2.5 ounces of warm water. Not hot water, not cold water, warm water to kind of simulate espresso coming out of an espresso machine. And then I like to do about half a tablespoon or like 3 giant, heaping teaspoons. I spilled both times. Come on, cat, get with it. And then you just mix this together. Okay, this is about the same as a double shot of espresso. I just mix until all of the powder is dissolved in this cup. I really should use a bigger cup. I feel like I do this every time, and every time it's a smaller cup. And I'm like, I should get a bigger cup. Oh, I'm staring at the mess I made. Always. Okay. Cool. The powder has been dissolved. We're adding in about half a tablespoon to a tablespoon of the sugar-free salted caramel syrup. That was a lot. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Get it. There's someone outside, so I was thinking who is it? And adding in those espresso shots, the double shot of espresso. Then mix that together just to evenly combine. Protein, chocolate milk going in. Again, you can use regular milk and add chocolate sauce to that if your heart desires. I'm adding this. This is almost the whole container. I don't think I want the full container. But if you want the full 30 grams protein, add the full thing. It's just a little too much milk for me in a latte. I like about 8 ounces, not 12. Then ice. I buy a bag of ice from Sonic. It's like $3. Ta-da! Beautissimas. And then the caramel drizzle on top. Overall, this drink has about 5 or so grams of sugar, depending on how much caramel sauce you add to it. And ta-da! Iced, such a long name, iced salted caramel protein mocha. Taste test. Hot diggity dog. That is delicious. Wowee. Wowee. So we have a hot version of just the regular salted caramel latte. And then an iced version of the mocha. You can, do the opposite where you make a hot mocha with an espresso machine and an iced salted caramel protein latte with the instant espresso, or whatever method you use to get espresso, use that method. For steaming milk without a machine, without a machine, you can use the Arancino from Nespresso. It's a little like milk frother steamer type of thing. You add your milk, spin, and it heats it up and gets it nice and frothy. Then just add that to your espresso and your salted caramel syrup. You can do that. You could also just microwave the cup of milk for 1 minute and then take it out of the microwave and froth it up with a handheld milk frother. The milk frother is like $6.99 on Amazon. I'll link it in the description. It is like, the one I'm linking is the best. And then that's how you steam milk. You just froth it until it's steamy and bubbly and foamy, and then add that to your espresso. So those are 2 ways without an espresso machine to steam milk, or you use your steam wand on your espresso machine. It totally depends on what kind of tools and machinery you own. These are 2 really simple drinks to make. They're honestly really good. Decent amount of protein in both of them. This ice one had more just because of the milk that I used. But again, they have like vanilla protein milks you can buy. I personally don't love the vanilla protein milks, like the flavor of those. It's just super artificial to me. So I opted this time for just a higher protein milk, which happened to be the Fairlife, but you do you. Comment down below if you've tried these drinks, which one you like best and what you thought of them. I think I'm gonna have to, both of them are really good. I don't know which one I like more. I really like the hot one, but I think I'm gonna go for the ice. I'm just an iced coffee girly. The caramel drizzle on top is so good. So good. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching day 4 of my Dutch Bros series, Dutch Bros Like Cat series. Next video, episode 5, is a Dutch Bros astronaut tea, and I'm gonna do a black tea version and a green tea version. I've never tried that flavor combo before, so I'm excited to try it. But thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about these drinks or the methods I use to make them, definitely ask them below. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah! Got a blast!